Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. Go ahead.
But my friends, we see a judgment coming. We see the terror of the Lord coming in judgment that He's going to bring down upon mankind. We have seen this judgment in the past. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. Genesis 6:13, and God said unto Noah, the end of all flesh has come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Do you understand this is the terror of the Lord? That word terror means judgment as well. It gives the idea of a judgment. You fear the righteous judge. Do you understand? Who is this God that they're preaching today? Who is this God when they snidely walk by you when you preach the Bible to them and they say, God is love! God is love! Who is this God that destroyed the whole world? Who is this God that listened and heard the cries of man as he wept and he screamed and he was drowning with water in his lungs? Therefore, know we the terror of the Lord. We know the terror of the Lord. Knowing, therefore, the terror of the Lord. Where was that terror? That terror was seen when He destroyed the very creation that He made with His own hands. The very creation that He spoke into existence. The very man that He breathed into the nostrils the breath of life. He filled those nostrils with water and drowned them in their own destruction. Do you understand that's the terror of the Lord? Do you understand that's the same God? Who is this God that they preach as we go out on the streets and we hear them proclaim? Who is this God that Billy Graham and these other devils preach? This God with no terror. This God that is just a joke. This God that's not angry at anybody. This God that's not judging anybody. God looked at His own creation and said, I will destroy you. And He not only said He would destroy them, He did destroy them. He drowned the whole world in a flood. Do you understand this is that same God that I preach to you? This is that same God that is in this book, that is the terror of the Lord. This is the terror of the Lord. They didn't think of the terror of the Lord, did they? I suppose when Noah entered the ark and God shut the door behind him and they felt a little mist on their face, I suppose they mocked and laughed at the man that went into the door of that ark. I suppose they laughed and they mocked at him and they shook their fist and laughed and said, there is no judgment coming. There is no judgment. God is love. God is love. God is love. God is love. And then when they felt a sprinkle on their face, and when they seen raindrops come down and rain come down, and then when they seen the windows of the windows of heaven open, and then when they seen the flood, when they seen the fountains of the deep broke up, and the world was beginning to flood, and they watched those around them drown, and they ran to the mountains, and they flee to the mountains to get on top of the mountain to stay alive, just like they will do in this apocalypse that will come. They will do the same thing as God is ready to bring judgment down. They will try to get themselves to the tallest mountain. They will try to escape as far away from the wrath of God as they can, and it will do them no good, because the terror of the Lord will come for them, because God is a terror. You want to know a terrorist that strikes terror in the heart of man? It is God who is the greatest terrorist of all, who will strike the fear into man's heart. And let me just tell you something. I don't need to stand here and defend him either, because he is just and holy to strike fear and terror in the hearts of creation that rebelled against him, that shook their fist at him, that laughed at all his warnings, that mocked him.
Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men.